founder visionary Space Age Architects from Haryana. Vinit Khanna was born on Independence Day in Kanpur, and coincidentally with the help of Dr. Lakshmi Sehgal, who had been close to Subhash Chandra Bose. It is not a wonder that he has an independent soul who has lived through the past 56 years in his own imitable free manner. St. Xavier School, Delhi, and his grandparents' liberal upbringing only brought out the fiercely creative independence streak even further. The School of Planning and Architecture, New Delhi, an institution best known for fostering lateral thinking, was just the launch pad this passionate bringing needed. For 2 decades, he was the design backbone for his mother's venture Touchwood, while partnering on architecture design with his friend Samir in Space Age Architects. On schools, residential schools, colleges, universities, institutes, townships, tourism infrastructure, hospital data centers, shopping malls, and airports. Let us now proceed to Architect Vinit Khanna's presentation.
Good morning, friends. Good morning, architects. Good morning, people who are creating things and creating things in spaces that inspire, spaces that we enjoy, and spaces that live and give us memories. I'm Vinit Khanna, Principal Architect of Spaces. And in school, I loved maths, I loved drawing, I loved music, I loved geometry. And in my later years, I took mechanical drawing and sketching, of course, in the school as I joined School of Planning and Architecture, Delhi. My schooling was from St. Xavier School, Delhi. That's all I know, and we can go ahead and talk more. Talking about icon best, there is only one icon, which is nature. And each creation in nature is iconic and serves best its purpose. And I love the name Icon Best 2021. And that justifies my homage to nature. And we are with nature, and we all come from nature, and we all will go to nature, and that's what, and I must thank School of Architecture and Interior Design to give me that honor to be a little, I don't know whether I can call it icon, a little part of that icon, that iconic nature, that iconic earth that we see, and participate in the experiences that we have done in service to this icon nature, to the best that we can do. My acknowledgements, yes, my acknowledgements are to, of course, first School of Architecture and Interior Design for thinking about me, and I don't know how they found me hidden in some corner of the nature. My first acknowledgement is to nature, then to Almighty God, then to teachers in the school, to all the professors in School of Planning and Architecture, New Delhi, and to my family, and also to my wife to allow me to give this freedom to create the house that I live in. Thank you. So basically the title is Environment and Sustainability, but the main thing about this is that in life, do we want to acquire or do we want to celebrate? So the same thing goes with the buildings. Do we want to celebrate the buildings, or do we want to acquire that I got, this designer piece in my house, or I got this most expensive onyx or Italian marble in my house? Is it celebration? I mean, you can celebrate nature by simplicity, by it's not the cost. Gita says he is the most learned person who knows that mud, iron, and gold are the same. They are just materials. The same goes with architecture. That it's not the industry that you want to put in. It's the celebration of nature that you want to put in, and that's what I have a short presentation which I also shared in one of the IA NatCons. I was one of the key speakers there, but I thought this will be best time to share it with fellow architects, as well as who are looking to get inspired by nature. So here we go. So what is Ananda? Ananda, the world starts with, and to Ananda it will go. So my first question to everyone is, what is life? Life is nothing but a series of experiences. Okay, can we have the next slide? And for an experience, you need a subject and an object. Like for a building, you need people and building materials, right? So in the given context, the subject is the human being, which is created to be the most sustainable form of consciousness, and the object is the environment that the subject is surrounded by. Like I'm the subject whom I'm talking to you, and my object is what I see around, the stone walls, the glass. So this is a sustainable subject, which is our human body, all the way through. And it is beautiful. I mean, it is the best, it is the iconic best example of human creation. And then my subject is my Mother Earth. So now the whole equation starts with when the human body interacts with the Mother Earth. So, I mean, this is our environment. We have a jungle. We have a choice either to create a jungle or a concrete jungle, either to create rivers or create garbage drains, either to create hills or garbage hills, and our environment. So this is what it is. So this is what happens. This is a case study of Beijing. This is what, when they banned cars, and this is what the same skyline, how it changes. Even during COVID, we had seen that we could see the stars, and suddenly when there was no traffic, it was beautiful. Okay, now what is environment? I mean, is it a stone bedroom, cave room? Is it a glass case? Is it a tree house? All that. So, we people boast about, I met one of my first clients who said, you start gold into me. I have 2 daughters. If I get married, how will people know my status and all that? So, I mean, I don't know what these things are. So, I mean, when I did this presentation that time, Shashi Kapoor went away. And this time, of course, Shashi Kapoor's nephew has just gone recently. So that's what I say. That mere paas maa hai. Maa means the Mother Earth. If you have Mother Earth with you, you have everything. All the riches. Amitabh Bachchan in this movie said, I have bangla, gaadi and everything. But it's immaterial. And that's what I tell the students of architecture. Putting in expensive materials or industry is not architecture. Jiske paas maa hai, jiske paas dharti maa hai, who builds with nature is the real connoisseur of nature. So this is it. Kya aapka dharti maa hai? In one side, you see a grandfather making a hobby session with his grandson, and people, artisans working in hand. Or other side, imagine what will my mason think if he sees this robotic, mason that is building a wall, and so many building materials, being made. I mean, I won't name, high pressure laminates, and I mean, so many things that are happening that are, processed and processed and processed and processed in energy. So what is sustainability? So I think the guru of sustainability has been our dear Mahatma Gandhi, who said, I don't need clothes from, clothes that need to be imported. So he started the Charkha movement and he burnt all the clothes. And of course, there is an element of need and greed, which is very important. Because if you build a building with what is required, then it becomes beautiful. But if you keep on, in fact, Delhi's worst houses where I live in are the most expensive houses. So it is that we need to understand the need and greed. And of course, who better is a connoisseur, one of my favorites, Sir Laurie Baker, who worked with sustainability, who worked with Mother Earth. He actually is, I feel, he's the father of nation of the building industry. He could correlate from a Charkha movement to the sustainable movement. The sustainable movement that Mahatma Gandhi started, the sustainable movement, a foreign architect who studied outside, could exemplify us. So this is Gandhi's misery. We are also designing so many museums. The first museum designed by Charles Correa was not air conditioned. And now they want to make no more Gandhi museums and putting air conditioning in them. So I think Gandhi will be the most miserable person. That why you wasting so much energy? Again, need and greed. Next. Again, gymming. Gymming, we recycle air conditioned gyms. Oh, come to my air conditioned gym. We have lovely. But where is the fresh air? And look at the yoga center on the left, where there is always fresh air. So we need to understand this. Some of the kings of recycling, Antonio Gaudi. I mean, you could. I've been to this Park Güell. It's beautiful. I mean, look at how he used recycle the waste tiles and made Celebrate it. This is celebration. This is not acquiring. It's like somebody is throwing something and you're reusing it. Next, please. Nek Chand. Nek Chand built this garden so way back, and I do not know what are we doing with the waste material. Each material can be recycled and can be reused in a particular way, whether it's using your malba for making roads or using the waste tiles to make your. So we don't have a system in place when things are demolished. There should be a bylaw of demolishing a building. Of course, it is done informally, yes, because when a building is demolished, the lakdiwalas take the wooden chockhats, the stone people try to retrieve the stone and stock it. So there is a Kabadi Bazaar market, but Kabadi Bazaar market is not an institute. And this is what will save energy, recycle, reuse. Again, think about cars. I mean, we are scrapping old cars. Has anybody thought how much energy is consumed in making a new car? So why don't we have a policy to change the car engine? And that's it, because the car body, car tires are all new. So, I mean, again, it is the emphasis is on helping the industry, not helping nature. Buying a new car does not help nature. It kind of takes away from nature, because a new car is a much more carbon footprint than making an old car work. Nowhere in the world you have these laws. I was in Jordan, we had 45-year-old Mercedes running. So there is something wrong with our policies also. Next. Hassan Fethi, the king of mud, is mitti se aaya, mitti mein mil jana. Next. Building with mud, I'm just showcase one of the private residences where I am. I'm right now here. I don't know if I can take the laptop and show around. This is some of, we've used the natural stone that is available. Less of concrete. Of course, we have steel, but more of natural stone. This is our den. This is where I am currently in, and it's a stone. Now, as we go up, we are using natural brick, and wherever we see concrete, we had crushed the brick and, done the pointing. So you don't, it's a red room. It's like a fire room. This is our kitchen area. So this is how it looks, our kitchen area. Everything is fire. Everything is on fire. Everything is red. And the roof is all, it's a self-supporting vault. Rashi, can you point the self-supporting vault in the center? Yeah, this is a self-supporting vault in the center. And we've used a lot of light. Even if you see cabinetry, there is light coming through. So there's a lot of nature. And there's a lot of, and there is nowhere in the house there's painting. That's of course the Laurie Baker model. And I must thank all the people at the Laurie Baker Center who helped me do it. Mr. Padma Kumar, Mr. Siddharth Mitra, and two key people who really helped me, get the right, because thinking about it and not getting the right masons and the right technology, you're nowhere. This is how the red fire desire kitchen looks like. Everything is on fire. Everything's sustainable. Do it once and just, that's it. Now, my higher levels were built with mud. So we, whatever earth we excavated, we got a machine from the Tara Nirman Kendra where we had compact mud, and I added about, there was 7% regulation to add cement, but I added about 10%, and we started building. And that's what the bottom right you see is the, Rashi, can you point out? Bottom right is what you see is how we having a brick infill slab of mud bricks. Next. So this is what we did. We had to work a lot hard in the shuttering. I had a lot of waste plywood lying in, my mother is, we have a carpentry workshop, my mother and brother have been, so a lot of waste board lying. So I thought, why not the bricks come down? So I did, I spent a lot of time shuttering the whole thing and used all the waste boards to kind of dress these bricks in a, in a linear fashion, so that you can see their face rather than you seeing flush with the slab. You see them with you see their little shape. You'll see the end results now. So this is the shuttering process. So this is how the final output is. So it's like a mud igloo. So you can see the bricks have come down because you use the board to kind of elevate the concrete. And wherever the concrete is, we mixed with mud, and we did the plaster and pointing. So this is the kitchen. So from the stone where I'm sitting on, which is actually a mine development zone, from the kitchen, which is all red and red bricks, to the mud brick zone. Next, please. So this is what we used in our steps. I mean, we used them. We took in the cement. So now, so there is no shuttering. So shuttering is the stone, and the step is ready. So there is no concrete over it, and there is no stone over it. So this is it. Just put the stone and a step is ready. What could be so simpler? And people are wondering, these stones will break. So I thought, okay, let the labor go up and build it. So for 3 years with cement bags, nothing has happened, and it's almost I would say nearing 17 years now, nothing has happened to these steps. Of course, we can use thicker stone if mandated, but nothing like using a stone and your step is ready. What could be more sustainable? We tried to put these supports, but they were not required. This is our making of the basement, where we had these arches. Again, thanks to Laurie Baker Building Center for getting the masons and helping with the size of the arches and giving the technology. And this is how it is, and uh, of course, a lot of energy, all these bricks are reusable. So we are not using any energy, but we are using our best energy, our human resource, our masons, which, and India is a country with great human resource. That is where building with hand is, I would say, a much cheaper and a more celebrated exercise than putting in just industrial material. This is also making of the dome. There was no shuttering used to make the dome. The mason was amazing. I mean, one of the best masons I met, who just, it was like magic. Again, trained by Laurie Baker Building Center. Amazing. I mean, without any shuttering, he just used the thread, just one dhaga, and he did the dome. It was beautiful. Again, the vent that you see there is we have a desert cooler there which throws in air and keeps our place cool. Oh, another exciting thing was we discovered a well here. So when we made our living room, we thought we'd make it circular. And what we did was in the living room to express. What you see on the right is the well. We put a glass. So on the roof, what we've done is we've used the rainbow colors in natural and some tiles and some natural stones to express the radiation of the water element, the well, into a rainbow on the ceiling. Of course, this was a complete RCC ceiling. Because of being circular in nature, it's a little complex to have a brick infill slab or a RBC slab. So, but of course, we used, again, this is permanent. We use white cement plaster, and so there is no painting in this house. No wall is painted. There's no painter. Even what you see below, that is also white cement plaster next to the. Let's come to the current environmental tendencies. Most of the time, we are just doing this, looking at a phone all the time, like this. That this is our life. This is our lives, or watching TV or driving cars, or I don't understand these social medias. It's like, and of course, long calls on the phone, long explanations. Oh, you don't, I'm repeating, do this properly, do this properly. So this is how, is this what our life is, So for our budding architects and our professionals, what you see in the center is not what I do. In fact, I still don't know AutoCAD. I hope I won't be disqualified by all of you. I don't know AutoCAD. So I just know this little pencil and I can sketch. So look at the options. So you have one person with 4 screens, and then you have this. So I've been traveling at a lot of places in the world, and wherever I go, I try to make these sketches, and that's my school drawing board. And in fact, I presented a lot of these wall-hung drawing boards with adjustable angles. What you see on the right, and did a lot of sketching, from Taj Mahal to Jallianwala Bagh, which was one of our projects, to the one up the Duomo in Milan, and all that. So there is a lot of joy in sketching. So I would request all the students, to just think of sketching. Forget the internet, forget cut and paste. Look within. Within you will find abundance of creation. So look within. Profession at the crossroads, sustainability of the Indian architect, some of the sad things. This is, of course, we're talking about sustainability as a whole. So this was a sad day when we have the Hall of Nations going down. We have the Central Vista project coming up, which is completely disturbing the ecosystem of Delhi. I have been living in Delhi. So this is what, I mean, there is sustainability of self, sustainability of what you build, and sustainability at a larger level, which we architects have to think. And the architects have to now get together and kind of shake the conscience of the people who are doing these things, so that we can go beyond personal interest to our earth and our planet as a whole, our environment as a whole. Okay, this is my journey towards unsustainability because of my social. Look at that is my college photo during my college tour in 1984 on the left. Rashi, can you just? Yeah, this is my first, completely sustainable. I don't pay any water bills. I'm using the municipal hand pump. I don't know, in somewhere on my way to one of my study tours. And then I got married in 1998. Then I made this beautiful toilet with bamboo louvers and mud bricks. Then somehow, my in-laws were getting old, so I took up a flat. What you see in the artificial lighting. There was a lot of natural light in my green center where I'm currently in, but sometimes I also have a flat in the polluted next to MG Road where I have these, acquire. So one is celebration. So you see the same person has changed stand because of social demand. So we needed to keep be comfortable and take care of the old age, so which is fine. So what you see on the right is actually acquire. What you see below that red thing is all acquire. What you see the natural light toilet is what is celebration. So again, I'll say to Ananda we will start and to Ananda we will go. So I like to end this with a piece of music, and this is what it is. Let us celebrate life. In fact, we live in the open in most of the places, and I would just end with a piece of music, one of the songs. I think I've lost the notes, got nervous. I'll try again. So, life, architecture is frozen music, and I wish, in the conclusion, I would say that one should live life with nature, for nature, by nature, of nature, and as Gandhiji put, there is enough for everybody's need. For greed, there is no limit. So let's be natural and let's celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you, Architect Vinit Khanna, for your insightful presentation. And I'm certain that the audience have found it to be very informative presentation. Now we shall take a short break for our sponsor video, post which we shall proceed to our next speaker, Professor Ramakrishna Rao.
Ultratech Lightcon is lightweight, smart filler concrete used as a filling and leveling material. Ultratech Lightcon has been awarded Green Pro certification product by Green Products and Service Council. Benefits to end customer. First, no mechanical vibrators are used, so it saves cost. Second, it provides excellent sound insulation, which help create spaces where sound from neighboring rooms do not create disturbance. Third, it is fire resistant. It can reduce damage to structure in case of fire. Fourth, long-lasting roofs of structure as it is lightweight concrete. Fifth, heat insulation, hence can help reduce the electricity bill by keeping the area cooler. Sixth, it can be used as a leveling course without adding dead weight, thus ensuring good working surface. Benefits to the applicator and technical influencer. First, Ultratech Lightcon possesses excellent workability and can be placed in any desired shape, so applicators can use it in various shapes. Second, the process of application is easier as it is easy to handle and easy to spread. Third, this concrete has better fire resistance, excellent heat and sound insulation, thus giving the applicator talking points to charge premium and be able to technically provide solutions to the needs of his customers, making him seen as an expert. Fourth, it allows easy handling at the time of placement. Fifth, it can be applied with all traditional surface finishes, paint, tiles, carpets, etc., hence easy for the applicator to use the product. Ultratech Lightcon is lightweight, smart filler concrete used as a filling and leveling material, thereby reducing the dead load on structure and provides ease of placement. Let's learn about its application process. It is a concrete with lower density foam concrete or thermocol beads. The concrete is delivered to site using both transit mixers or buckets as per the requirement of the customer. Since Ultratech Lightcon is typically used as a filler material and on roofs, it is advisable that proper planning is made to transport the concrete from delivery point, from the transit mixer to the point of placement. Normally it is done manually. However, in case of larger pour sizes, pumping may be performed. Lightcon can be easily spread and leveled with least amount of efforts. Lightcon hardens in about 24 to 36 hours so as to allow people to walk over it. Tech decor. Concrete for durable aesthetic landscapes. Ultratech Decor is a patterned or imprinted concrete available in variety of shades and patterns. Benefits to the end consumer. First, available in unlimited designs, textures, patterns and colors. Thus, the customer has a variety to choose from. Second, since the product is integrated with concrete itself, the life is about 3 to 5 times longer than the traditional solutions like pavers and tiles. Third, low maintenance cost as repeated repairs are not required. Fourth, it is manufactured by using UV-resistant color hardener, which retains the true shades of the color for long. Fifth, along with good appearance, the product also gives skid and abrasion resistance, thus useful for application in areas of high traffic or areas where kids, elders, patients access frequently. Sixth, faster work as it enables speedy construction. Benefits to the applicator and technical influencer. First, enables speedy construction, so applicators can finish faster and take other projects. Second, low after-sales service as it has monolithic, which do not allow grass to grow through gaps. Third, contractor need not worry about performance as it is manufactured by using UV-resistant color. Let's learn about its application process. The concrete shall be laid on a properly prepared non-porous surface. Ultratech Decor is delivered to sites in transit mixers of 5 to 6 cubic meter capacity. At site, after laying and leveling of concrete on the required floors, the designated Ultratech applicators sprinkle color hardeners on top of the wet concrete surface. After sprinkling of hardeners, the concrete surface is troweled to ensure uniform monolithic coloring of the floors. Thereafter, the concrete surface is imprinted as per selected design using stamping mats. After hardening of concrete, joint cutting. At appropriate interval after hardening of concrete, joints are cut at designated distances, and sealing is done to ensure crack-free and properly protected aesthetic Ultratech Decor.